June 15th, 2014, from Estadio do Maracana in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. It's the 2014 World Cup Brazil. And then day 4, the third game, was a matchup between two teams from Group F as Argentina faced Bosnia-Herzegovina. And just 3 minutes into this game, Argentina had a corner kick, and then they tried to get it in off a header, but it ended up being one of the Bosnia-Herzegovina players who ended up scoring on his own goal as Sead Kolasinac scores to put Argentina up 1-0. That would be it for the first half, as Argentina would go into halftime with a 1-0 lead. Then in the second half, at the 65-minute mark, Lionel Messi scored a goal with a left-footed shot to the bottom left corner to put Argentina up 2-0 over Bosnia-Herzegovina. But then at the 84-minute mark, Vedad Abizovic scored a goal with a left-footed shot to the bottom left corner to make it 2-1. So Bosnia-Herzegovina cuts Argentina's lead to just 1 goal, but then time ran out and Argentina holds on to win. And you can only wonder what would have happened if they hadn't made that mistake early on in the game and scored on their own goal. This game might have ended in a draw, but we'll never know. If you actually look at the stats, Bosnia-Herzegovina actually had twice as many shots on goal. So they had 11 shots on goal versus Argentina's 5 shots on goal. They had 6 corner kicks versus 2 corner kicks for Argentina. But it was the goaltending of Argentina that really was the difference, as Sergio Romero had 5 saves versus just 1 save for Bosnia-Herzegovina. So Romero came up big for Argentina in the net, and Argentina actually led on time of possession 55 to 45%. So even though they didn't get a lot of shots on goal, they made the best of what they did get, and some good goalkeeping and some luck early on. And Lionel Messi comes up with the big goal that actually ended up being the game winner. June 16th, 2014, from the Arena Baxiada from Curitiba, Brazil. It was the 2014 World Cup Brazil. And the second game of day 5 from round 1 featured a matchup from Group F as Iran faced off against Nigeria. And this game would end in a draw, 0-0, as neither team was able to score. Nigeria did have twice as many shots on goal, as they had 6 versus Iran's 3, but neither one was able to get the ball into the net. So some good goalkeeping on both sides. But Nigeria actually dominated on time of possession. They had the ball 63% of the time versus Iran's 37%. And they dominated on corner kicks too, 7-2. But the goalkeeping of Iran was what kept them in this matchup and enabled them to end this in a draw, as neither team was able to score, and both goalkeepers kept them out of net. Iran didn't mount much of an attack or an offense, but their defense was good enough to fend off Nigeria, and this matchup ends 0-0, and it's the first draw of the 2014 World Cup. June 21st, 2014, from Estadio Mineirão in Belo Horizonte, Brazil. It was the 2014 World Cup Brazil, and in the first matchup of the day, we saw 2 teams from Group F, as it was Argentina versus Iran. And this game was tight. It was back and forth, just no scoring through the first half, no scoring through the second half. Even game. Shots on goal were hard to come by. Throughout the regular period, it was 4-3 shots on goal. The fouls were actually heavily fouled on Iran. They had twice as many fouls, 14-7. Argentina had 10 corner kicks versus Iran's 6 corner kicks. And Argentina dominated on time of possession, 77% to 23%. But both teams were even with 3 saves apiece, as Sergio Romero once again was doing excellent in that. We saw some good goalkeeping out of Iran on their side as well. But then in the extra time, they added on the 5 minutes. Just into the extra time, Lionel Messi scored the goal with a left-footed shot to the bottom of the left corner, and Argentina went up 1-0 as the best player in the world, arguably, puts his country ahead 1-0. Argentina goes up, and that would be the final score. Is Argentina, they get the victory out of the hands of a draw. It looked like this game would end 0-0. But Argentina comes up big with Lionel Messi. He scored in the final moments in the extra time, in the stoppage time that was added on. And they win this game 1-0. It was amazing. He came up, it was a long shot from outside the box. And he scored. He does what he does best. It took all game. It took over 90 minutes to happen. But Argentina ekes out the win, and they advance out of the group round. They now have 6 points. Iran is done at this point. They're done. Well, they're not quite done. We'll see what happens with Nigeria and Bosnia-Herzegovina. Iran's not technically done. Depends what happens later, but whether later on Nigeria and Bosnia-Herzegovina end in a draw, the Argentina would advance then, or whoever wins, the loser cannot catch Argentina at that point, being that they won't have Argentina will have 6 points. So Argentina advances out of Group F. They actually have a weak group overall, because they easily were going to advance. If they didn't advance out of this group, that was going to be problems. They're supposed to be one of the stronger teams in this tournament. They got a tough win today. Iran, you got to give it to them. They played them tight. They played one of the best games probably in Iranian soccer history. Or it was just Argentina not really bringing it, but they did bring it in the final moments. Lionel Messi got that goal, even though Iran was just playing great defense, holding them off, good goalkeeping out of Alireza Hagahai. I think I'm saying that right. Probably not, but I made an attempt. He was doing good goalkeeping, though, for Iran. 3 saves. He matched Sergio Romero on the saves. Both goalies excellent. They both had a shutout going until that extra time. Lionel Messi, big, huge goal here. June 21st, 2014, from Arena Pantanal in Cueva, Brazil. It was the 2014 World Cup Brazil. And in the third matchup of the day, we saw Nigeria versus Bosnia-Herzegovina. This was a tight matchup. And at the 29-minute mark, Peter Odemwingie scored the goal with a right-footed shot to the bottom right corner to put Nigeria up 1-0. That would remain the score through the first half and through the second half, and it would be the final score as Nigeria wins. They pick up their first win of these World Cups as they beat Bosnia-Herzegovina and eliminate them from the tournament. So Nigeria gets the win. And in this game, there's a lot of shots on goal. 13 shots on goal for Nigeria and 10 shots on goal for Bosnia-Herzegovina. It was great goalkeeping on both sides. 7 saves for Nigeria and 8 saves for Bosnia-Herzegovina. Bosnia had the time of possession advantage slightly, with 54% to 46%. It's a very tight game, but it would come down to just the one goal, and Bosnia is eliminated. They played well, they played hard, but they didn't have enough to beat Nigeria, as Nigeria wins this one 1-0. They pick up 3 points. And in this World Cup, Nigeria is the only team besides Mexico yet to allow a goal, as they've been getting incredible goalkeeping from Vincent Enyeama. So that continues as they shut out Bosnia-Herzegovina. Their second shutout. They actually played to a draw against Iran in their first game. They did technically shut them out, as
They didn't allow a goal in that game. They don't allow a goal in this game. So only Nigeria and Mexico have yet to allow a goal. They pick up the 3 points, and they quite possibly could move on to the next round, but we shall see.
June 25th, 2014, from Estadio Beira Rio in Porto Alegre, Brazil. It was the 2014 World Cup, Brazil. And in the first matchups of the day, we had teams from Group F facing off. And in this game, we had Argentina versus Nigeria. Both of these teams are going to be moving on no matter what. As they came into the day, Argentina had 6 points and Nigeria had 4 points, but it was a matter of who would be the top team from the group to advance and who would be the second team, and that would have to do with the placing and who they would face in the round of 16. So we were underway, and it didn't take time for the scoring to happen. It's just 3 minutes in. Lionel Messi scored with a left-footed shot to the center of the goal. So Argentina went up 1-0. Less than a minute later, though, Ahmed Musa scored the goal with a right-footed shot to the bottom right corner, and it was now a tie game at 1-1. So really quickly, Lionel Messi puts Argentina on the board, and then just moments later, Ahmed Musa ties this game up. It would remain tied throughout the first half, and then after the 45-minute mark, in stoppage time, just a minute into stoppage time, Lionel Messi scored the goal with a left-footed shot to the top right corner off a free kick. So Lionel Messi scores on the free kick in stoppage time and puts Argentina up 2-1 going into halftime. Then just out of halftime, just 2 minutes out of the locker rooms, and here it is once again. Ahmed Musa scores with a right-footed shot to the bottom left corner, and this game was once again tied. Thankfully to the assist from Emmanuel Emenike. So now Ahmed Musa scored his second goal, so we had Messi and Musa were the only two to score in this game so far, and it was now tied up at 2 goals apiece. But less than 3 minutes later, at the 50-minute mark, Marcos Rojo scored the goal with a right-footed shot to the top right corner. Following the corner kick, oh my goodness, what an amazing game. It was now 3-2. So much excitement, goals upon goals. Just every time someone scored, they would score right back. The only time a goal didn't get responded with another goal was that goal that Messi scored in the stoppage time off the free kick there at the end of the first half. This game was tight throughout the rest of the way, but neither team would score, and the final score was 3-2, and Argentina wins. So Argentina is the top team from Group F, as both these teams are moving on to the next round, the round of 16 in the World Cup. And in this game, Argentina almost had twice as many shots on goal, as they had 13 shots on goal versus just 7 shots on goal for Nigeria. They also dominated in corner kicks with 12 corner kicks to 4, which that's a very wide margin right there. And they had the time of possession decisively in their favor, as they had the ball 57% of the time versus 43% for Nigeria. Nigeria was having some amazing goal play. They had 9 saves versus just 1 save for Nigeria. It was amazing play in the net from Vincent and Emia. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name, but this goalkeeper for Nigeria, he did an amazing job. They were having some good defense. They played their hearts out. They played excellent. It was a really good game. Nigeria definitely showed that they deserved to move on to the next round. They played so well. It's a shame this game didn't end in a draw. But Argentina comes away with the victory. They get the 3 points. Both teams are moving on. Excellent performances from both Lionel Messi and Ahmed Musa. So quite the game to start off the day in Group F as Argentina wins 3-2. June 25th, 2014, from Arena Fontenova in Salvador, Brazil. It was the 2014 World Cup. And in the first matchups of the day, we had teams from Group F facing off. And in this game, it was Bosnia-Herzegovina versus Iran. This game was tight early on. And then at the 23rd minute mark, Eden Dzeko scored the goal with a left-footed shot to the bottom right corner. and Bosnia-Herzegovina goes up 1-0. That would be it for the first half. And then in the second half, at the 59-minute mark, Mladen Mladic scored the goal with a right-footed shot to the bottom right corner, and Bosnia was now up 2-0. There was a nice assist from Tino Susic on the through ball. So Bosnia's up 2-0. It looked like they were going to coast to victory, but not so fast, because at the 82-minute mark, Riza Gulchanajad scored the goal with a right-footed shot to the center of the goal. He got a nice assist from Javad Nikoumnam, and it was now 2-1 as Iran cut Bosnia-Herzegovina's lead to just one goal. But less than a minute later, Abdijah Razavigig scored the goal with a right-footed shot to the bottom left corner, and Bosnia went up now 3-1. So it's now 3-1, and moments later the game came to a close, and that would be the final score. As Bosnia gets the win, neither of these teams are moving on. Still was an exciting game. Bosnia has lots of talent as they came close to moving on, but just narrowly missed it as they weren't able to get out of Group F. But in this game, Bosnia-Herzegovina had almost twice as many shots on goal as they had 9 shots on goal versus 5 for Iran. Corner kicks, they also had the slight advantage, 6-5 over Iran. And in time of possession, they were utterly dominant with 62% to 38%. Iran did have some nice goalkeeping. They had 3 saves to 1. As Ali Reza Hagahai did a good job in net. I probably butchered his name. Sorry about that, but doing my best here. So Iran, they had nice goalkeeping, but they weren't able to muster much offense. They only were able to score that one goal late in the game at the 82nd minute mark. And Bosnia holds on. So Bosnia-Herzegovina gets the win. They win 3-1 over Iran.